Well, hello YouTube. This is another update on my work in progress for the Schnee Weiss DOM modification for the Timber Newtype contest. Hopefully I'll be able to make the deadline, but who knows. If not, I don't really mind because this is a first for me yet again, which would be modifying, scratch building, or kit bashing something, which I've never done before. And this is my first attempt, so I'm kind of having fun, and it's definitely a learning experience. Anyhow, I'll go through what I've been doing so far, and I've done a very fast pre-assembly just to show you what it's supposed to sort of look like, and I can take it apart pretty easily and show you more details. Anyhow, the model itself, the DOM modified a bit, especially in the feet and the shoulders, so I'll explain what I've done so far. Like I had said in the first work in progress, I took the Regelg shoulder pads and attached them to the shoulder pads of the DOM. Obviously it's not even close to completed. What's going to happen is I'm going to take some putty and fill in some of these areas, and hopefully that'll make it more flush. But right now they're just glued together to show you what the basic shape is going to look like. I've done that with both shoulders. So that's one part mod that I've done. The second would be the feet. I've given him some huge disco platforms compared to the old feet, and I want to talk about this little thing right here. The SD feet are, very limited, and while the Schnee Weiss color scheme is so basic and just black, or actually gray and white, the color that comes from the leg area would be the kneecaps. There are no kneecaps on these SD Gundams feet areas. So I've taken the liberty to include not exactly a kneecap, but the thruster area as sort of the thruster area / kneecap. So I've extended it, enlarged it a bit. It'll be gray to give that color contrast, which is sorely needed on this kit because it's mostly white. So with the color contrast and the thruster area, it'll kill two birds with one stone, basically. And I extended the feet into the disco platforms just simply to make the feet a bit larger and sort of give the idea that it's not really feet, more in the case of thrusters. I've hollowed out the back, or the bottom, and I'm going to add thrusters to that, painted of course. It's not going to be pink. And this one is obviously done more than this one. What I've been using is these two putties. The yellow putty is the Tamiya polyester putty, and the white putty is the Tamiya epoxy putty. While this putty is, I think, more difficult to work with, it's at least easier to cover full surfaces with because it's more creamy, I guess the way to say it. However, it really has a bad smell, and you have to do this outside or somewhere there's a lot of air vents. While the white putty, which is the polyester epoxy putty, is a lot easier to sculpt with, but it wouldn't be so good for, covering larger areas for shaping. So I'm using them both, and they tend to work out well. So that's the feet, and the final area is that funnel pod area. I took the advice of Kahn-Karn, and I cut myself a gashapon plastic case, sort of not in half, but maybe a third or a quarter, and this will be the shape. Now obviously it doesn't look like the original image, but this is because it's super deformed, and this is kind of bulbous as opposed to extended, and I think bulbous fits the super deformed characteristics. So this will be the back. I'm going to add some thrusters in here. This is just plow plate, and the final pieces would be more of a scratch build, or not, sorry, more of a what's the word I'm looking for? Anyways, I took pieces from an old Zeta Gundam kit that I had no intention on making. And these will make a fine double extension from, I guess they're thrusters or boosters or whatever, from that funnel pod. If you take a look at the image, you can see that they are there. I haven't really started much on these, just cut them out of the sprues, and from there on I'll see what I can do. So that's what I have so far, and hopefully he or she will start looking more presentable in the near future. But wish me luck. Thanks for the advice, people, and I hope you all have a nice week. Take care. Peace.